Hello, and welcome back to When Money Talks, the only place on YouTube which gives you the blueprint to success. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to actually own a Lamborghini, to own a multi-million-pound home, or just to have the financial freedom to live life as you wish? I've done hours and hours of reading to figure out what separates the rich from the poor. And there are certain habits that rich people adhere to that poor people don't. Just consider this thought for a moment. Two people living in the same country have the same 24 hours a day to make money and become successful. Yet, some people struggle to pay their monthly bills while others are living stress-free, presumably thinking about their next vacation. But, as I've already said, rich people stick to and perform certain habits that allow them to live differently compared to 80% of the population. These habits that they perform give them a structure to their lives that allow them to strive and meet their financial needs. Many of the books I've read have given me an insight into the habits of the rich, but one stood out and gave me an insight which has stayed with me to this very day. The book gives insight into the habits of 233 rich individuals. Throughout the book, I came to realize how different the habits of a rich person were compared to the poorer people. From their day-to-day lives to their goals and ambitions, even when the rich people started out as being poor, they functioned in a completely alternative way to the people who started out being poor and continued to remain poor. While forming an opinion of my own about the difference between how the two groups of people acted, the book went into depth on the 7 habits that rich people abide by. A habit that was common amongst all the rich people was that they are persistent. They weren't just persistent for a couple weeks, but for years and years, which is why they've become so successful. All these rich people highlighted that during times of adversity, they were even more persistent to battle through the hard times, earn their stripes, and come out the other end in a better place. The book The Dip by Seth Godin highlights the value of persistence. If you want to get to the top of your range of work, you must persist through the good and bad times and not give up, which is what most unsuccessful tend to do after a while. Your journey to the top will not be an exponential rise over a period of years, but rather many ups and downs before you reach your final destination. In fact, it takes 32 years to become a millionaire, highlighting just how difficult but also persistent you'll have to be if you want to be in the elite 4% of people in the world. Another habit of rich people is that they set realistic and attainable goals. Most of us, me included, have this vision of living in a penthouse with multiple cars, etc., etc. Yet are these goals from the place I'm starting at actually attainable? At the stage I'm at, no. So setting realistic goals can be key to give you the motivation to keep on going. Also, some goals are too vague. For example, if your goal is to be rich, what do you even mean by that? Your interpretation of what being rich means might be different to someone else's interpretation. So, setting goals which are specific can give you something to work towards. But it's not just about setting one goal that you're working towards. The wealthy consistently set goals for the short, medium, and long term, and attempt to meet each one of these realistic and specific goals that they've set themselves. By setting goals for the short, medium, and long term, you can spend more time carefully planning how to meet each one of your goals and slowly accumulate your wealth over numerous years rather than attempting to earn £1 million a year, which can leave you unmotivated due to how unrealistic that goal is. Before we jump into the next habit that will change how you think forever, we are a firm believer of the statistic that you are 47% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. Through first-hand experiences and research, many others believe in this too. So right now, pause the video, go to the comments, and write 3 goals you want to achieve by the end of 2020. Be specific. Many rich people have mentors when they start off. Mentors can give you that guidance in your early working years that can set you up nicely for the rest of your life. You can leverage your mentor's years of experience, which can give you upfront knowledge that other employees may not have. In addition, 84% of CEOs in a Harvard Business Review in 2016 said that their mentors helped them avoid costly mistakes, highlighting the importance of mentorship. Mentorship is so vital that 71% of Fortune 500 companies have mentorship programs available to their employees. These mentorship programs can help increase employee job and task performance levels, the productivity of employees, and can lead to these employees coming up with innovative ideas for the business. Successful people are always positive. In Corley's observations, successful people always obtained a glass-half-full mindset and were generally upbeat and happy. The key message to take from this, though, is that happiness can't come purely from your financial success. Take business owners, for example. Roughly 50% of businesses fail after 5 years. Therefore, if you allow your happiness to be generated purely from your financial success, you're unlikely to be happy, as there is a high chance you may fail at first. Therefore, you must always have a positive mindset so you're able to battle through times of hardship rather than crumble and give up. Many people believe that by having the correct mindset, you're automatically going to become successful, but unfortunately, this is not the case. Rich people spend years educating themselves before they eventually become successful. The quote, "The more you learn, the more you earn," is a motto many successful people I've spoken to live by. In addition, the extent to which successful people invest into their knowledge is exemplified by the statistic that 88% of wealthy individuals spend at least 30 minutes each day reading. So, if you want to live like the rich, act like the rich. Don't just limit yourselves to books, though. Coaching courses can be a very useful educational tool as well. A great example of someone who invests into their education is Dan Lok, who roughly invests $500,000 a year into his education. It's all well and good to educate yourself, but the most successful people are able to translate what they learn and apply it to their working life. On the other hand, the poor are unable to do this, and therefore they're unable to alter their methods to help themselves to become successful. Successful people understand the concept of building up their wealth, and they avoid living a lifestyle that consumes more than 50% of their income. Many poor people, when their income increases, will increase their own consumption. On one hand, they may live a lifestyle that they enjoy, and this may create happiness for them. But rich people understand that in long term, you need to save and invest your money in order to build up your wealth. The rich choose lifestyle choices that allows them to build up their own wealth while living a comfortable life. They delay gratification in the short term in order to keep in sync with their long-term goals. In addition to this, rich people understand that money now is worth less than money in the future due to the potential for inflation and the fact that you're able to invest your money in the future to make potential gains. So, as well as delaying their present consumption in order to build up their wealth, the rich understand the necessity to invest rather than save their money in order to actually build up their wealth. The quote, "You are a product of your environment," resonates with rich people as they highlight the need to surround oneself with success-oriented people that will push one to challenge oneself and grow. Rich people use this as a motivational tool in order to better themselves and grow as an individual. Knowing these 7 habits is one thing. Waking up every day and consistently applying them is a whole new ballgame. However, if you do, there is no reason why you cannot achieve your full potential. It will not be easy or fun, but I guarantee it will be better for the long run. As usual, these videos take us a ton of research and time, so a simple like and subscribe means the world. Hit that notification bell to get new ways to make money online and be the best version of yourself.